want you to take political responsibility and account for our money. And you shall have no peace as long as you cannot account for our money. We are asking you, Ongeri, that come out and tell us.
So there also have been concerted efforts by the civil society groups led by Mr. Okiya Omutata and his team to have the Minister in charge of Education, Professor Sam Ongeri, take political responsibility and resign, but he has since refused. Today, therefore, stakeholders are gathered here at this press conference to continue with the just war against corruption and to state as follows. Number one, the President of the Republic of Kenya, Mwai Kibaki, as the appointing authority, has a solemn duty to relieve Honorable Ongeri of his ministerial responsibility, to give way for proper investigations and action to be taken. We have noted sadly that the President has remained indifferent to the calls for the resignation or sacking of Mr. Ongeri and others implicated in the scam. We want to announce here today that there shall be major public demonstrations to compel the President to sack the culprits beginning on Tuesday, July 19, 2011, during the opening of Parliament. The demonstrations will continue until the President does exactly what he is required to do by law and by reason. If the President ignores the demonstrations, then we will take the picketing outside the gates of State House. And to that end, the OCA Central Police Station has been notified for this demonstration. But indeed, the fight against corruption and impunity is not for a few individuals or institutions like CAS, Kenya Anti-Corruption Commission, alone. This war is for all Kenyans. It is a public war. It's a war for each one of us individually and collectively. It is a war for religious leaders. It is a war for student leaders. It is a war for lawyers, the civil society, professionals, the schooled and the unschooled, for all of us, me and you. Let us take up the challenge and let us fight on as Kenyans.
One of the things that has hurt us has been corruption, but ever since, no minister has ever been punished for corruption. They have got one line with which they defend themselves. They say, we did not sign anywhere, we are not responsible, and we don't know what happened. That is a declaration of incompetence. And if they are incompetent, why are they in office? Secondly, we are here because Professor Ongeri went on record in Kisii in 2010, and claimed that he had to manipulate some figures to favor his people. So which figures did he manipulate? We have got the footage captured by the TV, the journalists who are covering the event. We have got the tapes. He did that, he said it, and he was speaking in mother tongue. And we have had people who are very eloquent in Kisii translate it for us. It's an admission that in a way, at least 1% he participated in the corruption in the ministry. And that one, if the policy of that brought Kibaki into power is zero tolerance to corruption, then an admission by his minister that he manipulated the figures in Nyanza is enough to get him fired.